In the next few minutes, I'll show you the exact settings I use for 1080p and 4K YouTube videos. The one setting most people miss, and how to save everything as a preset so you never have to touch these again. So let's take a look at my 1080p YouTube export settings. Now these are the export settings that I use on my template. Under video, you're going to have your format at MP4. Codec, run H.264. This will give you lower file sizes. Speaking of file sizes, if you look down here at the bottom, estimated file size, this is new in DaVinci Resolve 21, that it actually gives you what your file size will be. So as you change your settings, your file size will change. Slap a video on the timeline, back into the deliver page, and now you can see we have 1.44 gigabytes. If I was to change this to H.265, this will also change dramatically. H.265 is actually, it compresses it down a lot more, but if you don't need it, don't have to go that far. I like to use less compression. So in mine, I have MP4. The codec is H.264. Use hardware acceleration. Have that checked, as it will use what your computer has to its best advantage. Network optimization, you can leave on. Resolution, use the timeline resolution, which is 1080p, which you can see right here, 1920 by 1080. Frame rate, keeping it the same. Output color space. Now this you can use as the same as the timeline settings, which right now is Rec 709, gamma 2.4. Output gamma 2.4. Now in quality, I leave it at automatic. If you're not sure or you're okay with losing a little bit of quality, and at 1080p on a YouTube channel, especially if you're just starting out, that's totally fine. You can restrict this down to 20,000. This brings your file size down a little bit more, but it also brings your quality down just a little bit more. And that is all you should have to set up for YouTube for a 1080p project. These settings, they give YouTube plenty of information to work with without creating ridiculous file sizes. Now for a 4K YouTube export, the settings are going to be close to the same, but I would make a few small changes. Start at the top again, MP4, we'll leave it there. Going to 4K, I would switch it over to H.265. Keep hardware acceleration on. Now your timeline resolution, you'll want to put up to 4K. Frame rate obviously still stays. Output color space and output gamma, same as before. Use your timeline settings, or you can change things over to Rec 709 and Rec 709A. Now quality here, going 4K, I would restrict it. What I would restrict it to is 60,000 and leave it there. And that should set you up for YouTube going to 4K. Now if you're uploading to 4K, H.265, again, it gives you excellent quality while keeping the file sizes under control. That being said, if you take a look, we are at 3.44 gigabytes. Quite the jump from the 1080p that we had going on before. So just keep that in mind. If space isn't a problem for you, have at it. If you're on a Mac and you're using YRGB color managed, switching these to Rec 709 and to Rec 709A, Rec 709, and your gamma, output gamma to Rec 709A here, will hold on to your color settings a lot better when you export and put it into YouTube. Now for color management, if you are going to use DaVinci YRGB color managed, there's some changes you have to make on your timeline. Let's take a look at it. Go back to the edit page. Now if you don't have anything set up yet and you set this up beforehand, you don't have to worry about this on the timeline itself. You can just go strictly to settings on the corner cog, project settings, make the changes there. But because we already have a video in here and it has its own timeline, we have to make the changes to the timeline settings. So right click, timelines, timeline settings, and we're going to go to color. Uncheck use project settings and see the color science, which I already have at YRGB color managed. Your color processing mode, you want to make sure is SDR Rec 709, and the output color space should be Rec 709. And for Apple, if you're using a Mac, you're going to want to change this to Rec 709A. And now when you export, your colors shouldn't change between what you saw on your monitor when you exported it and what you see on YouTube. You can save this as a new preset and use it every time. Going back into the deliver page, once you have this set up, all you have to do in the deliver page is go up to these three little dots right here and go save as new preset. Enter your preset name, choose a fancy little icon, You can call it beginner YouTube export or YouTube 1080 and YouTube 4K if you're going to make two different ones. And you click save. As soon as you do that, it will show up in the menu just like mine does here. And most creators spend time worrying about advanced export settings that you're never going to need. Okay, if you're making YouTube videos, these settings will give you excellent quality, manageable file sizes, and consistent results every single time. If you'd like to use my template that includes this export preset, the link will be in the description below. If you liked the video and want to learn more, watch this guy next. Don't forget to subscribe and say hi to DaVinci for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one.